Rainbows for All Children has a vast network and community of passionate individuals who herald our mission to provide free peer support groups to youth around the world. We got the opportunity to sit and chat with some of them through a series of interviews. Welcome to the Rainbows Chats. After the storm, we shine.
My name is Demi Hutchinson. I work in executive search. I'm a partner with a boutique firm, Pierce Gray. We help high-growth companies find their executive leaders and their teams. With Rainbows, I chair the governing board today. I actually initially connected with the organization. I was working in Evanston at the time, looking for ways to get involved in the community, stumbled across the Rainbows website, and the mission immediately resonated with me. I actually had lost my father when I was in high school, a senior in high school, and didn't have any friends that had gone through that, so I really saw the mission of Rainbows to connect kids that are experiencing grief, loss, navigating these challenges with one another as so important because I had been there before. I'll never forget the very first session I facilitated. The kids that were getting dropped off there, whoever was dropping them off, whatever that caregiver was, kid was begging that person to stay. They didn't want to be there. None of them were excited about the program. End of our time together, after, multiple weekly sessions together, it was the exact opposite. The last session together, they were actually begging, keep coming week after week. I think just seeing them connect in those moments and feel less alone in all of the feelings that they were navigating, it was incredible. The early couple of sessions are always tough. While the kids are still nervous to be there, they're still trying to figure out how to communicate their feelings themselves, much less, engage with others and to talk about these things. In the early couple of sessions, we played a lot of games. We did a lot of craft projects just to help the kids get comfortable. Not even necessarily talking about their feelings, what they'd been through, more just talking about things that they liked, things that they enjoyed doing. Once they started to build those bonds, though, they started to open up a lot more and talk about what they had, experienced, what they were going through. And despite the fact that there were different life events that each of these kids had been through, death, incarceration, deployment, divorce, they still found a lot of connection with each other and the feelings that they were feeling. But getting them to open up at first was always tough, yeah. I think it's really the peer support. When I navigated the loss of my father in high school, and even when I navigated the loss of my mother when I was 30, I didn't have any friends that had gone through that. I, talked to a therapist and things like that, but I still felt quite isolated from my friends. Nobody really knew how to talk to me about these things. Nobody had been through that before. And Rainbows providing the peer support is so differentiated from anything out there, and just helping these youth feel less alone in the feelings that they're going through, knowing that there's other people their age going through really similar things, even if they're not in their class, even if they're not in their everyday circle, I think makes them feel so much more empowered, so much more connected. It's really different from, other types of support out there. You're not alone. There's always support out there in your circles, in, the adjacent circles. Ask if you're looking for something that you're not receiving. Connect to each other, support each other. You never know what your friend sitting next to you is going through as well. You might be feeling a lot more of the same feelings than you even thought. I've had such a great time on the Rainbows board. I've been part of the board now for about 5 years. I stepped into the cheer role a couple of years ago now. I love attending all of our fundraising events, connecting my network to the Rainbow's mission too. I think the Rainbow's mission just speaks to everyone. Everyone has experienced some sort of grief, loss in their life, and bringing folks together around this mission has been really uplifting. Hearing different people's stories, how Rainbows has impacted them, their kids, their communities. It's been awesome. And yeah, just a lot of really great people connected to Rainbows. I can envision a future where every youth navigating grief has a Rainbows program in their community, and they don't have to do it alone.
Thanks for watching this installment of the Rainbows Chats. Follow us on social media and join our mission of creating communities of young people who are facing loss and uncertainty so that no one has to grieve alone. Together, we can create a world where after the storm, we shine.